She thought ignoring you gave her control, but then you vanished. And in that silence, she realized something far more terrifying. She was never in control. You were. This is the story of the man who chose stillness over begging, disappearance over desperation, and in doing so, became unforgettable. Welcome to Mindful Gladiator. Today we break down the brutal truth behind emotional power, detachment, and what happens when a man finally walks away. Chapter 1. The Illusion of Control. When a woman ignores a man, she often thinks she's holding the cards. Maybe it's to test him, maybe it's punishment, or maybe it's her ego needing validation. Whatever the reason, silence becomes her weapon, and most men, panicked, insecure, rush to respond. They beg, they chase, they trade their self-respect for a few crumbs of attention. But a stoic man does something different. He doesn't flinch, he doesn't panic, he withdraws, and in that moment, the illusion of her control begins to crack. Chapter 2. Detachment is power. Emotional detachment isn't weakness, it's precision control. The man who can feel pain, yet choose silence, is 10 times more powerful than the man who reacts. You're not ignoring her to play a game. You're stepping back to reclaim your soul, because once you realize you don't need anyone to validate your worth, you become untouchable. And the truth? No one forgets a man who walked away without a word. Chapter 3. Why she starts to panic. First, she's calm. She thinks you'll fold, like every man before you. But then days pass. You're still silent. You're not watching her stories. You're not texting. You're just gone. That's when confusion sets in, then fear, then obsession. Because silence from a man who once cared deeply hits harder than any words ever could. Chapter 4. Masculine energy. Withdraws, not chases. You were never meant to chase. A lion doesn't beg the jungle to respect him. He moves, and in silence, and the world adjusts. Women don't fall in love with men who seek validation. They fall for men who know their value, who walk away when lines are crossed, and nothing says I value myself like the man who disappears after disrespect. Chapter 5. Her ego takes the hit. Let's be honest, most modern women aren't used to being ignored. Social media, dating apps, they've got attention from men on demand. So when you go silent, you're not just confusing her, you're wounding her ego. And the more she thinks about it, the more she wonders. Did I make a mistake? Was he better than I realized? Why isn't he crawling back like the rest? Your silence becomes the mirror that reflects her choices back to her. Chapter 6. How the Stoic man responds. You don't send a long message. You don't try to explain your worth. You don't post quotes to look deep. You simply disappear with calm dignity. You redirect your energy to your purpose, your craft, your peace. You become so focused on your mission that she becomes a footnote, not a headline. This is the Stoic revenge, not through drama, but through complete emotional control. Chapter 7. The comeback, let her chase it. Here's what happens next. She reaches out, maybe subtly, maybe directly. She wants to know if she still has a place in your life. Now the question is, do you let her back in? That's your call. But a man of value never reopens doors that were slammed on his dignity. Let her prove herself. Let her feel what it's like to earn your presence, not expect it, because you're no longer the man she left. You've become the man she can't stop thinking about. When a woman disrespects you, your silence is not weakness. It's strategy. It's strength. It's a message louder than any argument. She thought ignoring you was power, until you disappeared. Now you live rent-free in her mind, because you walked away like a man who knows his worth. Never beg. Never chase. Never lose your peace over someone who didn't value it. This is the mindful gladiator, where men rise in silence and conquer without chaos.